Try again. Let me give you one. Product owner. So name two.
Project manager.
Sorry?
Project manager.
Your last attempt.
Stakeholders.
Oh yeah, stakeholders. Sorry, but that's not the answer. But I still have something for you. For attempting, I like your confidence and courage. Yes, my brother.
Operational manager. Is that wrong? Okay, Scrum Master.
Please, next. Is that wrong call? Next. Next.
The Scrum Master.
Thank you.
The Project Manager and development team.
Now let the room know your intelligent name, please.
I'm Samuel from FUNAP.
Thank you very much, Samuel from FUNAP. So yeah, for the last question now, this question will go to. So does any one of you here have CUDA account? So now this question is for those with the CUDA account. So this one is a big question, though. Big question with a big prize. Name 4 features on the CUDA app. You.
That will stand.
I said, if I show you, I don't need to know. Just, if you are confident, you. Go ahead. You must get it right, though.
Pay, send, invest, save.
Sorry?
Pay. Pay, send, invest.
Pay what's that? Pay what?
Look.
You are not confident.
Pay,
The people that are telling you are
send,
telling you the
invest.
wrong answer. Sorry, please. My brother at the back, let me give it to him. So, no, you're close. So, there's something for you. You're close. So, there's something for you. Make sure you reach out to me.
Panic balance.
Sorry?
Panic
I
balance.
like that. Now, that's a security feature. I like that. No, I said 4. Don't run away. Remain 3. See, look at you. You will not thief. See, okay. Panic balance. You know that one.
Panic balance.
Sorry, hold on. For those that don't know the panic balance, so this was a feature that was created, I think, when police were harassing people. So it's something that once you shake your phone, there's an automatic figure so you can put your daily 2K there. So the moment you shake your phone, your balance is automatically 2,000. Do not be scared. Your money is still there. But the moment you shake your phone, you see whatever amount you put there. So shake it back, you see your other account. So go on.
Panic balance, safe lock.
Sorry?
Safe lock.
Go on.
Airtime.
Okay.
Then you have what's this one? Gift cards.
See, you guys must hold this boy. Make sure he focuses on his career path. He has tendencies of doing Yahoo. So you've done a very good job. Thank you very much. Woo! So those that literally answered question, whether you got it right or you made an attempt, please make sure you reach out to me before I leave here.
Thank you very much. Nothing like a giveaway to end an event or a part of an event. Am I right? Yes, so I said a part. So that will be all for the session. We'll move on to the next on the list. Close. End of it. All right. Next up, we should be having the software exhibition. All right. The software exhibition, the moment you've probably forgotten you were waiting for. I would like to invite the MCs for the software exhibition. Tim and Kelechi will be overseeing this. Can I give a round of applause as they make their way to the stage? Hope you guys won't miss me too much. Hi, Kelechi.
Hello, Chibu.
And Tim is on his way. Hi, Tim.
Hi guys, I hope we're all having fun and also learning something today. I didn't get any response. I hope we're all having fun and also learning something today. Why is everyone dull? You're hungry? Don't worry, food is coming. Food is coming. Okay, so for the next segment of today's program, we're going to be doing the software pitching. Are we ready? Let's celebrate now. Are we not ready? Okay, so first of all, a link was sent out like a few days ago for those people to register for the software pitching. So if you know you registered, please let me see you wave your hands.
Okay, they are present. I think some of them are out. Please let's appreciate them. And we have our lead developer, BUCC University Computer Club, Samuel Abolo. Woo. And we have our BUCC sponsor, Dr. Adetunji.
Okay, so once you hear your team name, you have to come up stage, and there will be a Q&A section immediately after each pitching. So let's get ready. And the judges, please, if you also have questions, feel free to ask. So the first team on...
Guys, are we together? We should cheer up, oh, we should cheer up, because these people that are going to be here to present to us this evening, they've actually come up with things really amazing, and you might see what they are doing here as easy, but I promise you it's harder than it looks. So do your best, give them the best appreciation you can while they are up here and while they are going down. Give them a huge round of applause, because your energy in this room today is going to probably make someone's day. So we're going to call on the first team now.
The first team here is Locate Me. So where are they, please? Locate Me. You guys should come up stage.
Just show for them.
Come on, let's give them a round of applause. Come on.
Sorry about that.
Okay, sorry guys, sorry for the delay. She's going to come back. We are going to call another person, which is BUCC. BUCC, if you guys are here, you can come.
Please make it to the stage.
Let's celebrate her, please.
BUCC. Appreciate BUCC. It's not easy.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Effort Frida. I'm 300 level computer science from Caleb University.
Any Caleb University in the house?
Yeah. And I am a part of Vision X, and where we bridge the gap in innovation. And I'm here to talk about a product where we are working on, which is called BUCC. Now, imagine a world where all your online transactions, all payments you make, and every single thing you do online is secure. That is blockchain related. And most of us think this is a fantasy. But that fantasy can actually be bridged using BUCC. Now, before I go further, I'll have to talk about the brilliant minds behind this project we're working on. So, sorry, next slide. Okay, so the main team, the team lead is Oluwa Daniel, okay? He's not here now. He's a cybersecurity analyst and the brain behind most of it. Chibuzonwa Chuku, he's the data scientist, and me, Effort Frida, the data analyst. We're a group of 300 level computer science students of Caleb University, and we're working on this project together. Next slide. So I've said this before, we're here to introduce you to BUCC, a game-changing solution that combines the power of machine learning and blockchain technology to revolutionize fraud detection. Next slide. So this is our problem statement. So as the landscape of blockchain technology evolves and the threats of fraudulent activities also escalates, and that poses a significant challenge. I can't be the only one who has been scammed using crypto. And we know that crypto is not really traceable. You can't really detect who did this and who did it to do. And so everybody wants to know how to be able to solve this kind of problems. So that's what our project is actually aimed to solve. Next slide. Next slide. Next, okay. So before I continue, I want to talk about most of the top 3 blockchain vulnerabilities and how BUCC sizes them up. Next slide. So the first blockchain vulnerability that BUCC will solve is the problem of double spending. Now, double spending, if I want to break it down, where digital money could be spent more than once, double spending is a loophole that undermines the security and integrity of secure transactions. It's like using the same Naira notes to buy the same product or to buy the same food at 2 different restaurants. The same Naira notes, 2 different food at the same restaurant at the same time simultaneously. And that's the challenge of double spending in the digital realm. Next slide. So this is basically like a diagrammatic representation of how double spending happens. The same token, this is the person, that is the fraudulent person, using the same token to buy the same thing at different places. And this is the same amount, different malicious invalid transaction. Next slide. But fear not, because BUCC steps on the stage armed with innovative solutions to ensure your digital assets are secure as 2-factor authentication. And it's not just a next slide. And it's not just a product, it's your guardian against digital trickery, making sure your transactions are a one-time affair, just as they should be, not a 2-time affair, one-time affair. Next slide. Now, the second vulnerability that BUCC is going to solve is the problem of time jacking. Now, let me take time jacking as this. You are twisting back the clocks of time to previous times to make it look like as if something happened at a different time that didn't happen. I don't know if you understand what I said. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, so that's basically what time jacking is, all this whole grammar. That's what I'm trying to explain. Picture this, someone manipulating the timestamp of a transaction to deceive the system about when it actually occurred. It's a problem of deceit. And so now you enter BUCC. BUCC solves this problem by ensuring that time-related shenanigans won't throw your transactions off balance. And it's not just about securing your assets. It's about maintaining the integrity of time in the digital realm. And here, in BUCC, every second counts. But manipulation is out of the question in BUCC. Next slide. And the third, one more minute, okay. And the third vulnerability is the Finney attack, whereby they take advantage of time gap between broadcasting a transaction and execution in a block. Next slide. Next slide. This is the model anonymity detection stage. Next slide. So this is basically a diagram of how the whole detection starts. It observes a potential case of double spending. Next slide. Next slide, next slide. So it first recognizes and mitigates the crypto risk and it gathers credible data. This is data collection. We now know how to gather data. So firstly, we have to gather the data that relates to the fraudulent activities. Next slide. And the second stage is the data preprocessing. Because we know that data collected is never perfect. Our solution feeds fresh data into a series of engineering and preprocessing phrases to enhance and reduce features along the way. Next slide. And the third way is the model. So after the modifications are made, the system will move on to integrate our data using TensorFlow and long-term building on models like the autoregressive integrated moving average. That will be done by our machine learning, our data scientists, and our ML. Yes, next slide. My time is up. Okay, I'll be very, very sorry. The next stage is testing stage. Next slide. So this is where we're going to test the entire thing. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So basically, that's the whole process of BUCC and how it saves to solve fraud detection system. Thank you.
Don't worry, stay for questions. Okay, thank you very much. But it's time for the Q&A. So our judges, please, do we have any questions for her?
Hi, my name is Abdulaziz from Kuda. All right. While you are presenting your solution, you didn't quite talk about how the customer will pretty much interface with this solution. So can you just emphasize more on that?
Okay, I think it's also similar to that. When you are building BUCC and you're trying to protect blockchain transaction, which of the blockchains are you protecting? The other thing is the business aspect of things. So where's the value for money coming from?
Okay, so I think I'll start with the first question, how the customer is meant to use it. So basically, it's an API, so you basically integrate it into your system or integrate it into, sorry, my eyes. Integrate it into your systems or integrate it to whatever you are doing since it's an API. The second question is, what blockchain are we focusing on? We wanted to focus on Bitcoin at first, but Bitcoin is too vast, so I want to focus on either Ethereum or Tron. It's not yet decided, but it's probably going to be Ethereum that we're going to focus on. And then the third question you asked, sorry, please, can you rephrase your third question? I'm so sorry. Okay, the value for money for us, okay, is it like our profit making, the way we're going to make profit from it, or from the way our investors
The way you are going to make profits.
Okay, we want to create in such a way that there's going to be the basic and there's going to be somehow like the premium. Just like how ChatGPT has the normal productivity all of us can use. And then the premium, you can't unless you pay. And also we can be able to run, some people can be able to run ads, like how most of this works. Because it's going to be like, I said before, an API. So that's basically how everything is going to be done. And also from, stocks and shares and all that. Thank you.
Give it up for BUCC. Now, on the next team to present here is, should I call them? Sublearn. Sublearn. Are you here? Sublearn is not here. We'll go with the next team, geofencing attendance system. Are we here? Geofencing attendance system. Absent. The next team is class IQ. Are you here? Class IQ, is that you? Okay, give it up for class IQ.
Don't worry, I'm not going to waste your time. Hello, everyone. My name is Olaya Dotsun, and my partner is
Ibrahim Ademoyejo.
Okay, so to start my presentation, I have some questions to ask. So,
We have 5 minutes.
no,
for
don't
this.
worry, it's part of my presentation, don't worry. So now, how many of us, let's say we flunked out at the beginning of the semester and then wanted to do academic comeback, but then we didn't know where to start from? That's my first question. Any of us? Of course, you know, expose yourselves, but okay, let's say we have a problem in school, but we need it to be attended to, but we couldn't get it attended to because we couldn't have access to the right people. I'm sure there are some of us here too. Thank you. Okay, what of the parents that needed to know how their children were doing in school, but they couldn't because they didn't have access to the right people, or they didn't have access to their students' information, to their children's information? Or some teachers that wanted to genuinely help their students, but then they couldn't because they didn't know where to start from. Because when you are dealing with a whole lot of students, the workload becomes too much when you are using a normal file-based system. So actually what we built is for all of these people. It's called Class IQ. So what Class IQ is a mobile-based student management system designed to enhance communication, streamline record keeping, simplify attendance, grade and management, and a lot more things, in fact. So, as I've said before, it's a mobile SMS, but it actually has a lot of features. Class IQ has attendance management, grade management, communication tools, assignment management, examination and quiz management, and many more. So what we basically built we didn't build a tool, we built an entire ecosystem to allow schools and students and teachers and parents, anybody that is involved in that ecosystem, to interact with each other perfectly. So I don't think we'll be providing a live demo. So that is basically what we built. Anything to add? Okay. So the way it works is the schools have access to the administrative dashboard because they are responsible for everything and they're responsible for seeing the information of everyone. And then there's also a mobile app. So why do you think we made a mobile-based system for monitoring everything? It's because, let's be sincere, our phones are the closest thing we have to interacting with people when we're not speaking to them. So of course, why shouldn't you have a way of interacting with people that shouldn't be on this device too? So we actually simplified everything by having everything you need to do that's related to school and interacting with other people by having everything on this device. So that is what we created. Thank you.
Give it up for Class IQ.
You have to stay for your questions. Do we have any questions?
Now, the judges' questions. Audience, there might be provision for your questions. In any case, the judges run out of questions, which I don't see happening.
I have two questions. The first one, you didn't quite talk about the technologies you used to build the solution.
So, what we actually used in building the entire ecosystem, we used Flutter to make the mobile application, and we made use of Laravel for the web application. So the admin dashboard and everything else that is web-based is made from Flutter, is made from Laravel. Why the mobile application, the front end for the mobile application is made from Flutter, why the back end is made from Laravel. PHP, Laravel is a PHP framework.
Okay. Since you have kind of like a web application and a mobile application, how do you ensure the data from the web and data from the app are in sync?
We use APIs, sir.
All right.
Hi. Do you know if there are any existing similar product, not from your team or any other team, but in the market space now? Are you aware of any? That's one. The other question is, how do you want to? What's the vision for this? Is this just for one school? Are you looking to have multi-tenancy where you have multiple schools? What's the long-term plan?
Okay, so your first question was based on existing platforms. So while looking at other existing models and other previous versions, we actually noticed that what we have built has the capability of doing much more than what any of them have built. So it's actually a higher standard. We set the bar high. We looked at the standard and we took it higher. So for our vision is to have not only one school, but to have multiple schools that are really interested in monitoring their students, multiple schools with parents that are really interested in the well-being of their children, and multiple schools with lecturers that actually want to help their students grow and actually want to monitor how their students are doing. Thank you. Another question?
Okay, this is my first question today. So, you said you set the bar higher. Can you talk about one feature that is different from other student management systems? And the second question I have is, when you talk about expanding to other students, expanding to other schools, are you saying, okay, are you going to sell to the schools themselves, or are you going to make it something like a public, like you mentioned? Is it going to be a multi-tenant system where any school can sign up, like a student management system as a service kind of thing, or is it going to be something you have to go to the school and install? How are you going to do that?
Okay, so for your first question, what makes this better? Am I right? Okay, so first of all, we incorporated our own messaging system. This isn't just like, okay, let's say you want to chat on WhatsApp. This isn't just like that. This is a messaging system that was created basically for this mobile application and the web application so that we can increase the level of interaction, so that we can monitor how people are interacting. And also here you can set online quizzes, online exams, tests, everything. You can basically do a lot of things that you want to. So, and for the expansion, I actually think it will go of more like is it software as a service? Or more like a software as a service where you do maybe a monthly subscription for the schools. So the schools will be able to subscribe. So it will be available for all the schools. They'll be able to subscribe, and then based on subscription, all the schools will be able to use it as long as they are subscribed. Thank you. Any more questions?
So this is not a question, this is just a comment. For this kind of presentation, even if you are not able to do a demo, a mock-up would be nice.
Yes, right. We actually prepared that, but we had slight complications. I'm sorry. Thank you. Any other questions? No other questions?
Do you have any question from the
audience?
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause.
Appreciate class IQ.
Okay, so the next team on my list here is geofencing attendance system.
Geofencing attendance system.
Let's give them a round of applause. Are they here? Okay.
Let's be conscious of time, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Daniel Aojobi, and I'm from Bells University of Technology. I'll be presenting you AccuPoint, which is a geofencing attendance system. Next slide, please. All right, for my presentation, here is my outline, how I'm going to be running through my presentation. Next slide, please. For every solution you prefer, you need to have a problem statement. So next slide, please. The problem arises when we have students not attending classes. We tend to see that their performance drops because they are not present for lectures. The current attendance system is faulty because it takes time and it's quite distracting because we pass around pieces of papers and all of that. There is also the problem of errors and inconsistencies whenever you're taking attendance. For example, the lecturer loses the piece of paper, the course rep loses the piece of paper. Next slide, please. So our preferred solution is a geofencing attendance system. What's geofencing? Geofencing is a location-based service that uses GPS, RFID, cellular data, or Wi-Fi to trigger a pre-programmed action whenever a device enters or exits a particular boundary. Now, that boundary we've called, it's a virtual boundary, and that's referred to as a geofence. Next slide, please. All right, so our product is an attendance management system using geofencing. So he's going to mention a couple of things about it. Okay. All right, collecting data for this research, we were able to use our university as a case study, Bells University of Technology. We were able to collect information from about 10,000 students to use to create our analysis on data. Next slide, please.
Yeah, so for the methodology, we used the data methodology in which we had to break down the project into several steps for better development and collaboration, and the object-oriented programming paradigm was also used. For the languages, we used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to give it an aesthetic front-end view, and then for the back-end, we used PHP programming languages. Then for the storage, we used MySQL to store the data. Currently, the data is being stored on a local storage, but maybe after further development, we are planning on storing it on the cloud.
All right, next slide, please. AccuPoint itself. So we're going to give a live demonstration on AccuPoint. So prior to them setting it up, I want to mention that AccuPoint is a web-based application system that integrates using coordinates that we picked. We integrated a geofencing API known as Position Stack. Now, with geofencing, with that API, you're able to take coordinates based on the location of the class. So, for example, you take coordinates from here, here, that end, and that end. So we use those coordinates and then pass the information for classes, the courses, and wherever the class is going to hold and the attendance is to be taken. So can we switch to the web view of this? It's not giving us. All right, good stuff. All right, great. All right, so we've got two websites here. We've got the staff sign-in and we've got the student sign-in. Can we quickly rush up on the staff sign-in? All right, while that is loading, can you go to the student sign-in and sign in also? Quickly. Yeah. go to the staff, yeah. Yeah, good, good. Now, did you see something? Now, please flip back to the previous. Now, it queries you that it wants to know your location. Now, because of the APIs that we integrated in this system, you definitely have to select your location because the geofencing app picks up the boundary to which we set the class in. So, first of all, you need to allow access to your location. Yes, thank you. Switch to the staff dashboard. Okay, good. Schedule attendance is going to be really fast. Thank you. CSE 304, select course. CSE 304, select venue. Pick office home, yeah. No, today, the date today. No, you just click the calendar icon, yeah. You can click the calendar icon, yeah. It's quite user-friendly, so, I mean, no problem. Yeah, so, come on, yeah, just go ahead, fill it in. Yeah. Correct? Okay, give like a 2-minute interview, yeah. 47. 347. Yeah, great. Thank you. And that's about it, yeah. The lecturer already schedules an attendance for a particular course. The student is now able to select that particular course and then mark his attendance. So please switch to, mark attendance. All right, so keep following on this. It's still a work in progress. So now, this location is based on my school. That's why it can successfully identify that you're not in class. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. All right, so do we have questions for them? Sorry, stay for a question. Do we have questions? Do we have any questions?
Sorry, enlighten me. So it's a location-based stuff, right?
Yes, it is.
So if I'm to sign in with my tab or my phone, I can try just give someone my phone, take it to class and sign in for me.
Yes, we also have we've also identified that limitation where we have a page where you see generate PIN. It's where the application can identify a MAC address, and then once you sign in with that device, there's a time limit. With the rigorous stress you're going to go through with filling this and filling that, I mean, you will not have time for 2 devices. So we have that option of setting a time limit to curb multiple sign-ins.
But then again, one more question. I saw the back and forth you went just to sign in. Is that what I have to go through because I have to mark attendance?
Not at all. It's because it's a product in development,
okay. I just wanted to be sure.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I have a question because this is actually a project that I sort of worked on before, and I'll ask you a question about the problem I faced. Sorry, it's based on geofencing, right? Based on geolocation, based on your GPS. So, in a place like Babcock, where sometimes the network could be unstable, and the device is finding it hard to pick up my exact location. Is there any way you are solving that, or is strong network connection or network connectivity part of like the requirements for this system to work? So that's my question.
The pages require very little load time, and then you don't need the best of internet connection to access it. But then, whenever we are pitching our software forward for you, we make provisions for internet service provider that can match up your request. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. And then that also means that anybody that wants to use this would need a phone or a device that has GPS.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. All right.
All right. Well done. I like this. Quick question, or two questions. Have you been to a supermarket, a clinic, or a school, they typically have to mark attendance as well. Why this approach? Why not just have a thumbprint where I can uniquely identify the guy without necessitating or bringing in devices where, you know, I can give you, you said you have a way of copying that, but I just thumbprint, and you know I've registered for that course. I'm in the class, and then after the time elapses, I thumbprint to check out. That's my first question.
Okay. Yeah.
The other question is about the position stack API. Is that a free API or is it a paid for service?
I'll start with the API. It's free, and concerning scalability, we can definitely opt for paid services to improve the experience. And also, the problem of biometrics is because of our target audience. Our target audience are students. No matter how you put the sophisticated of systems, they tend to damage. So that's why we moved our approach from the biometric options and then focused on this.
Sorry, please, we are getting some distractions from the back there. I don't know where that noise is coming from. All right. Now, I want to just talk about the programming language used for a backend. You said PHP. Is it PHP, or did you use any framework, PHP framework, or you just use the actual PHP, raw PHP? Or?
I think it's just PHP. Yeah.
Why didn't you consider using a framework, a PHP framework?
So we just used a normal PHP for the backend with the MySQL just to connect this from the backend and to store the data at the backend.
Yes, I get. You know, we have several frameworks, right? Laravel, just like somebody mentioned, CodeIgniter,